Happy New Year to everybody. It is 2025 and we are back. It's been a while since I've done an update. So just to kind of bring everybody back up to speed, we did some value engineering. You can go back and look at some of the earlier videos where we talked about that. And we kind of went through based on our budget and our objectives. We went back and rejiggered the designs a little bit. It took us a while to get through all of that with the town. Happy to report that that is all cleared away, and we have the green light from the DEP and from the town of Scarborough to proceed with our building of the Field of Dreams. So we're back out here. Had a bit of snow this morning. The place is very pretty here. And so I'm here. I actually haven't been here for a little bit, and so it'll be, it's just been so freaking cold. There's not really been much to do out here. But here I am. I'm here. It kind of looks like somebody's been cross-country skiing here, which is cool. Like even over there, like up where the scoreboard is going to be, it looks like people have been like bopping around. So good on them. Yeah, here's the work day that we had last October, I guess. And then these are new here. So the Gritties up in Freeport was closed down. Thanks for everybody that turned up to help Richard out with that on that couple Sundays ago, I think it was. And I would have bet, I haven't actually talked to Richard yet about it, but I would imagine that these here are from there. There's looks like a little play fort thing, yeah, there's a slide over here, so it's going to be pretty cool in the summertime when people are bringing their kids out, or the spring, and when there's not snow on the ground, let's put it that way. Yeah, going to be a nice kind of family area. So in terms of the development, we are charged with doing, so we're going to do the parking lot, the paved parking lot over there. And we are going to do the main pitch here. And that's what we're calling phase one of this body of work. And we're approved by the town. Woods is excited to get going on this, and they work right through the winter. So, we're really hoping to kind of get going on this as soon as possible. And that's one of the reasons that I'm here today. So you'll remember that on the far sideline over here, these are the so-called boundary trees, right, that are in between our property and our neighbors. Our neighbors aren't anywhere near us. They're, half a mile away down over there. But the way the laws work is if there is a tree that is on the boundary of between you and your neighbor, that you both have to agree when it gets taken down. And that is why when CLT was here last spring, they didn't take any of these down, because we hadn't talked to the neighbors. Since then, we've talked to the neighbors. We talked to one of them, and he's buddy with the other one. So basically, like, this sideline is the boundary, right, of the property. Like, we're pretty close up to it. We've pulled the pitch back a little bit as part of that value engineering to get rid of some of the retaining walls, and just it was like piled right up onto the property line, and we've pulled it back a little bit. So basically, like, the way it works is like right about here, I would say. Everything down this way is Dick Waterhouse's property out there, so that's the property that we share. And then here there's like a pin that or a few pins, like in tape and all kinds of stuff. There up that way is Steve Swinburne, his property up that way. And so I've actually talked to Dick Waterhouse quite a bit. Haven't directly talked to Steve, but we've kind of gotten some letters of support from him, so they've been really great. And what we need to do now is actually take some of these trees down, and specifically around this area right here where the one retaining wall that we are retaining in the value engineering is going to go. And so like the one that's kind of slanted there, that Widowmaker is going to go, and the one that it's leaning on is dead, it's going to go. And then the one just to the right of it, there's like a triple tree or a quadruple tree there. That is leaning out over where the light post is going to go, so one of those has to go. And then just to the right of it is a dead ash is going to come down. And I'll put up kind of a picture. We've given them all kind of numbers along here, and kind of gone through them one by one with the neighbors, with the hope that we can keep most of them, because they're beautiful trees and it'll be a nice like backdrop for the rugby, and it'll kind of protect us from the wind and so forth. I guess kind of the prevailing wind is going to come up out of there, and so if we can kind of keep this tree cover, I think it'll be nice. Hope so anyway. So that's what the plan is. I am going to go out and we're going to work with some lumberjacks. They're pretty big trees, so haven't decided yet whether we're going to take them down ourselves or have somebody come and do it, or a combination thereof. But I'm going to go over. I have a can of spray paint here. The only paint that I could find is gold, and just mark the ones that are going to come down, and then we'll get some people out here to take these down for us. So let's go do that. Okay, so here we're kind of underneath this this big Widowmaker here. It's kind of just leaning over, all hung up in this tree, which is pretty dead. So it has gotten the gold X. This dead one over here, the gold X doesn't show up as good, but that one's gonna go. And then I'm gonna go down over here and mark these up. So obviously the one that's leaning over is gonna go. And then this one that kind of comes out this way, that one also has to go, because the light post is going to be kind of right here, and it'll, yeah, that'll be all tangled up with the light. So that one's got to go too. Okay, so we have gone around and marked up that stuff for the wood people to come in and get those down. I think we're gonna let Dick Waterhouse has got like a lumber mill and does a bunch of firewood processing, so I think we're gonna let him come and haul that wood away and just stay on friendly terms with our neighbors here. And yeah, so this ground is quite frozen here. It looks like they've done a little access ramp here. It's a little less steep than it used to be. Not sure we can get a truck and a trailer down here, but I guess we can try. And so yeah, so that's kind of first thing is get the trees down. So that's about how we're looking here. It's going to kick off. We're still hoping to kind of be on playing this thing in the fall, hoping that Woods will wrap all this up by the early spring. We've got the sod all lined up and ready to go. That should be able to go down. It's going to take a little bit to kind of bed in, but the hope is at this point that we'll be playing on the field in the fall of this year, if all goes well. So be on the lookout. We're probably going to do some more work days here. We've got a lot of brush that we've got to get up, make some fires, and just do some cleanup up around here. There's some stuff going on over at the site of the old log cabin that we'll talk about in future videos, but there's still definitely things to do here at the property, and it's going to start happening fast here this year. So stay tuned.